All right, you're asking for it, so here it is. Listen to this.
I want you folks laughing at we partners pod, kid. You understand? We in here drinking, singing, swinging, all that shit, dog. We sweating, getting wet, all that.
All right, welcome to the 193rd episode of the Drinking Partners podcast. Yes, this is our dream team episode. So
93
Olympic team, the dream team, one of the most well-rounded, talented teams ever put together. I think they won each Olympic game by an average of like 192 points. They were just out there scrimmaging. But I think Day and myself, we're a well-rounded team, got a well-rounded, versatile array of events that we like to put together and host. And our podcast, actually, our guest today, one of the most well-rounded individuals that I've ever met. So that was a good way to start the year, man.
92, man.
93.
Happy New Year. Happy 2019,
Happy
man.
fucking 2019 to all our listeners. We appreciate you. I am half of your hosting tandem, Ed Bailey. I'm joined as always with my co-host Dave Bracey. Say what up to the people.
What's good with you people? Happy New Year, man. We are the Drinking Partners, and if you're looking for us, you can find us on epiccastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play, and Spotify under Drinking Partners. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on IG, Facebook, and Twitter at PartnersPod. 192 episodes, man. We will continue to ask you, man. Please hop on iTunes, rate and review. That's how we know what we're doing well. That's how we let others know that we're doing well. And that's how we continue to do well, man. So please hop on iTunes, hop on Facebook, rate and review.
Listen, you love us. Into the new year, you continue to love us. We continue to hear about it. But at the behest of us, we ask that you please click that button on the internet and tell the world. All right, let everybody in the world know that you love us. And as always, we start a new year. We're a little rusty, but I'll never forget this. 192, 193, how many episodes we are now. We say this every time, and we will continue to say it. In lieu of rates and reviews, we do accept shots of Hennessy. Shout out to Car Guy DJ and the Conways for starting the trend. Shout out to everybody for keeping that trend going. Shout out to everybody who's supporting us.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate it.
We take shots of Henny. We take beers. We was out last night down at Enix. Got to visit them. Ran into a couple of folks. Was it Lou and Chuck?
Lou and Chuck, yeah.
Lou and Chuck, shout out to them or whatever. But yeah, man, it's crazy, like, bumping into folks that actually like they listen to the cast or whatever. Because we do this in the basement. We don't know like who's listening or whatever. 192 episodes. I don't know if I've met 190. I had 192 experiences with people that like listen to. So I know there's more people out there than so it's always crazy when I like bump into them. They're like, oh yeah, we know you got the podcast. It's like, oh shit, and then you have a conversation, a little beer, and it's good times, man. So we appreciate that support. It's a little thing that helps us, keeps us going, man. Like knowing that somebody's listening to this shit.
Somebody, man. We and look, if you listen and you want to run into us, if you want to meet us, we're starting back. We working again, January 19th, we back to work down at Arcade Comedy Theater. Every third Saturday of the month, we will be at Arcade Comedy Theater doing the Epic Night of Comedy. And again, every last Saturday of the month. This month will be January 26th. We're back at Comtra Theater out in Cranberry. So if you want to meet us, see us, bring us that Henny or those beers. Come out to the show, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you can find us in town. You can find us north of town, man. ArcadeComedyTheater.com and ComtraTheater.ticketleap.com, man. It's dope. Taking December off, kind of like recalibrating, getting family together.
There are no off days. There's no days off, man.
We're working in other capacities, but it's nice to kind of take a little break from those stages and come back like full steam. So I'm excited to be back on those stages this year. Excited to see the lineups and see the people out there, man. It's been a while. It's crazy, like people hitting us up like, yeah, when's the next show, bro? Well, it's 19th and the 26th.
That means we making. That means we're doing something. Like people noticed that we didn't do it in December. It's like, so what's going on? We're like, we don't really do shows on Christmas. Like it just don't work like that. But we'll be back as always. BYOB and free beer samples. That's an ampersand in the middle.
And
you can bring your own.
Yeah.
And we bring something, you know what I mean, to introduce you to some things, and we'll bring the funny. So come through and kick it with us.
And we doing it quarterly this year. Mindful is going to kick off the year or whatever, so you'll get some Mindful starting off. And every 3 months we'll have a different.
We'll switch it up.
Switch it up a little bit. Get a little different brewery in there, and get you acclimated with the city. I mean, come laugh and get acclimated with the beer world all in one, in a cheap ass ticket, man. I mean, you get these free beers, all this comedy, whatever, for like $15, man. That's like two beers and a tip. Like, yeah,
that's a kiddie haircut. That's a child's haircut. That's a high school cut.
that's lunch. Man. I mean, like.
Yeah, that's one extra value meal at Wendy's. It used to be 3, but now it's 1.
Yeah, it's one with an extra large drink. Like, I mean,
they price it at the small. Like, who the fuck gets a small extra value meal? Give me that medium, man. And then the medium crazy because they give you a regular size fry and this big ass drink they call a medium. I'm like, dude, it's too much.
It's a bucket of drink, and don't order like extra ranch or nothing like that. Some of them motherfuckers will charge you extra for that shit.
Yeah, man, everybody. Look, we all for profit, but
Fresh Fest is coming up.
I haven't said that in a long time.
Oh yeah, man! August 10th is the date. Very excited to have Garrett Oliver on deck as the guest. For those who don't know, he's looked at as a legend in the beer community. Head brewer over there at Brooklyn Brewing, and he happens to be black. It's crazy, man. Like, he's got all these books or whatever, and he goes on all these, so he travels the world or whatever, educating about beer. And he happens to be black, man. Like, it's so crazy that one of the most revered and respected individuals looks like us. So who better to have as a guest for our podcast at the first Black Beer Festival than Garrett Oliver himself. So Ed and I will get a chance to sit down and pick his brain for y'all at the VIP session this year. So looking forward to that. And we'll let you know when you can get tickets. But I mean, keep it close, man. FreshFestBeerFest.com and FreshFest Beer Fest throughout all the social media platforms or whatever, man. Keep it close with announcements that are gonna be coming up and all that, because just like it did last year, it'll keep developing and more news and shit, and should be dope.
And actually, that is the perfect transition into our guest today, because he facilitated what was the best time at Fresh Fest, I believe. That VIP session.
That VIP
session was lit.
I came in like, yo, what is this? Is Biggie on an alloy right now?
Yeah, I caught you on a couple times.
And it's just, I don't know, it's apropos, like, speaking of legends, speaking of hard work. I mean, again, one of the most hardworking fellas I ever met in Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? Like, his name ring bells all over the city. Yeah. I think he's had a business in every neighborhood. And we love to call him a partner. Everybody, we got DJ Nate the Barber in the building. Say what up to the people.
Yeah. DJ Nate the Barber in the place to be, man. So happy to be here with Drinking Partners, man. So happy, so blessed. Thank you so much, brothers.
That DJ ass intro.
I was about to say, that was a DJ of ad. That is, man.
He just did a drop on his episode. He did a drop on his introduction of his episode.
He did the drop better than we did the drop. I mean,
this is what I do, man.
Buzzy might not need to edit this. He might need to do our drop. Shit. That was
well,
smooth.
What we missing from our drops, we don't do the yeah. That's how you.
I mean,
that's how you act. That's how you onboard people to the drop. Yeah.
That's from years ago when I used to do like radio.
Yeah.
I actually had a talk show years ago on terrestrial radio called Shop Talk, and I just remember, yeah.
Damn, so you really have worked in every industry.
I feel like it. I fucking feel like it, man. Honest to God, man. You can curse on here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Cursing encouraged.
Yeah.
As we give you more beer, because we got all this mindful in the building. So
yeah, shout out to
this is amazing, by the way.
Yeah,
Mandarin lager.
That Mandarina or whatever. It's a hoppy lager with a little citrus in that.
You can taste it. I'm not usually a fan of that, but yo, you can.
Yeah. Shout out to Mindful for always providing, and then shout out to Trogs. Every once in a while they'll send us a little seasonal care package. Yeah, I mean, and this time, oh shit, there's another little dip in there. I didn't even see that.
Tucked away.
They with the package, and shout out, they still got their own tape.
So we got the Dreamweaver.
It's
unfiltered wheat beer, and then we got the Mad Elf brew. Oh, this is the dip that was this brew with honey and cherries. And that's a nice season that you always get on the. You know what I mean, those always. And this is a nice. The Mad Elf is a nice shareable beer. You know what I mean?
Is this supposed to be a holiday beer too?
Yeah, it's a holiday beer.
Yeah, we might be a little delinquent in opening our packages.
Seen a photo online. You can cuvee those too.
You can cuvee.
Oh,
Shit!
What,
They said
the
there's
elf?
a cuvee.
The Elf and the
Well,
Weaver?
we just learned what a cuvee was, and now we got one in the mail.
Somebody
we about to cuvee this shit up.
Somebody at Trogs be listening.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, they know about cuvées.
Yeah.
Huh? They ain't cuvee till they
So-
cuvee.
Not to sound ignorant, but what the hell is a cuvee?
It's when you mix two beers together.
Oh,
yeah, I ain't know that shit either. Like one of we was talking to Ryan
I feel
Guy's
sophisticated now.
So we just learned about it on the last podcast that we was doing, and then we walk in this podcast, and now we got one. So now we gonna figure this out.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out how you spell that, man. I'm gonna figure out.
Well, I know it's got the little, what's the joint on top of the E?
Oh, it's got the little.
Yeah, it's got to.
It's got it, yeah.
That's how you know the
Accent.
E is A. You know what I mean? Cuvée. Wait till I go home.
There's
man.
probably an R in that bitch that you
Yeah.
can't hear. Yeah,
It's
I
probably
mean,
spelled with a Q. It's Q-U.
Cuvee.
Cuvée. It's Cuvée. Nah, yeah, we well-rounded as hell on here. So,
yeah, this is the Dreamweaver, and then there's a little glass in here too. All right, shout out
Yeah,
for
they blessed
added
us.
to the glassware.
got the card with all the names. We appreciate that, Trogs. Always showing love, man.
Love in here. I mean, always dope. Always dope.
So tell the people who don't know, for the three people who are listening who are not familiar with DJ Nate the Barber, just tell them about yourself, how you got started, what type of, because you're a barber, you're a DJ, small business owner, just entrepreneur extraordinaire. Let's say it like that. So let's tell them about Nate the Barber.
I mean, so what I do, again, I'm a professional barber, licensed barber teacher. I own 2 barbershops for the past 21 years. I've had one in Oakland called The Natural Choice. 2 years ago, I opened up another one called The Natural Choice in Homewood. I'm a DJ. Been doing that for almost 28 years now. Of course.
So you were DJing before?
Literally, I started DJing and cutting hair 1 month apart.
Okay.
I cut hair first. I got good kind of quickly, and that led me over to a friend's house who had some turntables when I was cutting his hair, and I said, "Yo, I want to fool around with the turntables." He was like, "Fuck it, go ahead." And I stayed over his house for a good 3 hours just fooling around on the turntables, just because I the same feeling I got when I touched the clippers for the first time is the same exact feeling I got when I touched the turntables. You seen The Last Dragon?
Oh, yeah, the glow.
Yeah. Had the glow.
Yeah,
Had the glow.
Nigga had the glow. Bruce Leroy was in my hands. I was like, oh, I felt it when I touched the clippers, and then
meanest and the prettiest show.
It was 1990. I was over DJ Selector's house. We were at Alderdice together. And he had just been DJing for a couple years already.
Alderdice and all these motherfuckers coming out of Alderdice.
I wasn't even going to try to give it that smoke, but you do got to kind of
like a good music program down there.
I think
shit?
so. That's what it is. Everybody went to Alderdice, man.
Music teacher out that motherfucker down there pumping out these talents.
Yo, I mean, Selector and I was there. We met in health class. You know what I mean? SMI. We met in the band. We were in the band together and shit. I mean, I've been around. So, that's the beginning of it. Again, it's like I said, been cutting hair for all these years and, DJing for all these years, which morphed into me becoming, a promoter. So I started promoting events back in 99 and, probably now I can't even count. I know it's got to be over 500 events I've had under my belt. But that is like, that's just me as a promoter, not including the ones I've actually DJ'd.
Yeah.
But like, so since then, I stopped doing a lot of promotion. Once I opened up a second business that's now closed in Lawrenceville. I used to own a record store called 720.
720.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah, space all. You really have that.
Yeah,
he's had a business in every neighborhood.
I ran a coffee shop there. We did everything. I've done a lot.
Shop.
I've done a lot. I can park into any Starbucks and probably make the better latte than any barista in there right now.
I don't know shit. I drink coffee as a pleasure. I don't drink it as a need. You know what I mean? Like I don't like drink it in the morning, like wake up or whatever. Like, but I like the flavor of coffee and like, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know a whole lot about it. Like,
I used to be a real student of it, but once I walked away from it, once we closed 720, Like I didn't drink coffee for about a year.
Yeah.
And now I'm back into it, but I only drink black. I don't drink.
You don't. It's just straight black. Yeah.
I like to taste it.
Yeah.
Iced coffees, black, cold brew, all black, no sugar, no nothing.
That's so crazy because like it's weird because I like hoppiness. I like the bitter that comes with hop. And I do understand that the bitterness is, once you get past that bitterness or whatever, it opens up to so many different flavors that are underneath it or whatever. But like with coffee, man, for some reason I can't take that bitterness as much. Like, I mean, I need that. Like I can drink a hoppy ass beer, but I need my coffee sweet. Like I need some milk, some sugar. Like because I like the flavor of coffee, but I like it tame. I like a tame flavor.
So I take pastries with my coffee, and there's my sugar.
I do like that.
You know what I mean?
I do like
when I usually I drink it when I'm on the highway. If I got to drive somewhere, I'll get black coffee, and I'll make sure I have some donuts, some shit like that. Huh?
I'm scared to drink coffee in the car.
What's that?
Because that motherfucker spill. That's it. My car does it. That shit spilling your
life. You gotta know. So you gotta sit with it.
Yeah.
You gotta sit with it. You gotta sit with it for. You don't touch coffee, especially fresh. You don't touch it for about 20 minutes.
Oh wait, what?
No,
20 minutes.
Wait.
See, I'm drinking the wrong
20
coffee.
minutes after you brewed it?
No, 20 minutes after it's poured in your cup, you sit it in your car,
So
you start driving.
Warm coffee.
It's still hot at that point. Now, when you first get the shit scalded,
You got your shit in a
you'll
thermos.
die.
You got your shit
like
in a
literally,
thermos.
you
I got
will
mine in
fucking
a-
die off that first sip if you drink it fresh off.
I don't wanna get my
hot coffee is hot to the motherfucker.
It's no joke.
Hot shit.
So 20 minutes, it's like still kind of piping, but it's palatable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You'd be surprised
because especially
man.
if it's sitting in that cup, like with the little hole in it, it's not gonna release a whole lot of heat too fast.
Time out. Y'all really drinking coffee? Like, let me explain. I only drink coffee to start my day at work, and I only get coffee because I wear a suit. I just think they go hand in hand. It's something smooth.
Yeah.
It's something smooth
It's
about
actually
having
pretty
a suit on and having like the little coffee cup with the little cardboard thing around, and you sit there and cross your leg. I feel that's it. After that first cup, I'm done.
It's over.
I get the shit from Brugger's. Like I don't. That coffee is basically just nasty juice. Like, that's nasty hot juice.
I can't drink trash coffee. Even though, you know what? Sheets has a good ass coffee though. A couple black coffees.
That's kind of like what we were saying about your wifey. Like
she was saying,
coffee.
she said the Sunoco coffee that like the one down the street was like the best coffee she had. Like, and because she just got into coffee. Like, and it's crazy because like she was like big on Red Bull and shit. And she's like, personal trainer and like working out and all and whatever. And she was like, I want to get into something healthier or whatever. And like, I just think about coffee. And then she got into coffee. She got into she is.
Coffee's great for working out because it keeps your shit like. It's
healthy. It has
like
health benefits. And she was like researching all the health benefits of having
stopping
like
cancers and all types of shit.
Yeah, all the like antioxidants shit like that.
It's crazy.
So now she's like into like different beans and shit and like going to get and I've been drinking coffee since I was like 18. So like I got a good 18 years into this shit and I'm still drinking the regular ass like whatever you give me in a cup with mad sugar. And she's over here on the like the the different bean variety and shit. It's wild. Like
I mean, I got it to the point where I was even considering. Before we closed down, we were considering starting to like take trips to source the coffee ourselves, like literally going to like Jamaica, Nicaragua, all these places, and just like getting like small batches and bringing the shit back, letting it sit, and having the shit roasted by somebody local. You know what I mean? I was gonna talk. I had good folks over there at. What's the fucking?
That sound like
where's the brewery? Where's the brewery in the East? What's East End Brewery? Commonplace was with them at one point. So Commonplace was in there. I was working with them. I was going to have them roast the shit that I brought in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's wild.
So like, it's a serious thing out here, man.
Yeah,
I mean, coffee. There's so much. The profit margin is ridiculous. I mean, it's 10
times
the profit margin of Coke.
You sound like
Really?
You sound.
I mean,
like
that's why it's all around the world, man. Starbucks is like is beaten down.
Motherfuckers die over coffee, man.
Have y'all seen Last OG, the Tracy Morgan show? Like Malik Yoba, he went to the coffee beds. That's what he said. He said exactly what he just said. Like, because they was drug dealers, but he owned like a coffee shop.
It's way more lucrative than Coke.
Yeah,
I mean, you figure like that cup of coffee. I mean, how much bean is actually, because it's water.
Yeah.
So like how much actual bean is in that shit is really not. There's not $10 worth of bean in that bitch.
No.
Like
he was about to send people OT. Like he was about to be like DMX from Belly. Like, he was gonna go to Jamaica and get his beans, man.
Like think about it. A cup of coffee, my cost when I had 720, we used to sell a fucking small latte for $2.30. Our cost for that shit was 17 cents.
Damn. I mean, that's how like
What the fuck cost 17 cents?
That was the cup, the straw, the milk, the water,
God
and
damn.
the beans. That in it was 17 fucking cents, man.
Never paid 17 cents for anything.
You know what I'm saying?
that's like the when I was
Where can you mark up like that? You can't mark shit up nowhere like that.
well, I was working at a pizza shop, and pizza, like the cost of those ingredients was like 50 cents. But we was slinging them for $7.99. Yeah, I mean, and I was like, yo, these like
That's pretty good.
That's why you see all the
That's
pizza
pretty
shops.
good.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
pizza shops everywhere.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty
Craft
like,
game like
This
the
is
crack
great
game.
mixed.
yeah, that cuvee, like that
Oh
is a
my
nice
God.
because like the so Mad Alpha is typically like it's a pretty strong, like it's a shareable beer. But that Dreamweaver cuts it, so you get
Yeah, 'cause
like
it's only what 4.8. What did it say?
the Dream,
I
yeah,
think
4.8, and then this is 11. So you do your maths. What is that? As a
Well, it depends
6,
on
so
your
it's like a
ratio
3, so
and
like,
if you graduated.
yeah.
Do you all only do beer on here?
No,
we do
we've
whatever is brought into. You know what I mean? Some folks
It's
bring in
safer
bottles.
to do beer.
And, yeah,
Like, we had a couple Henny episodes. Claudia, I'm sure you know Claude.
Oh,
he
yeah.
came on here and he brought us the Jamaican rum.
Yeah.
and,
Ah,
you
damn.
know, all of those episodes, I get in trouble at home.
yeah,
And, you know, you
Yeah.
go home stanking, and then
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to see how that one went.
yeah. There was been a few.
a
PA
couple-
Libations came through, and he
Oh, my
come
goodness.
through with like
He had the whole table.
yeah, with like 50 bottles, like all kind of shit. And I
See,
was
had
like,
I known that, I'd have brought, man. We just had an event. We got it sponsored by some new company, and they sent us all this vodka that I still have.
Was that stateside? Is that what?
is it
that
new here?
stateside?
Stateside?
It's called Kiki.
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 So it's Kiki, and then the wine, they sent us wine too, and it's called Fit Vine Wines. It's out of California. The fucking alcohol content on a fucking bottle of rosé was 13.2%, man. That's obscene, man.
I mean, wine.
Yeah,
like, wine
I'm glad
is-
you didn't bring that.
Wine usually. That's why wine is like 13 to like 15. Sometimes
didn't
they
know
get
it was
heavy,
that
like
high,
18.
yo.
Yeah, man. I'm like,
I be
that's,
drinking this beer like, yo, but wine gets you hit.
yeah, that's why you only have a couple of glasses
Yeah,
of wine. You know what I mean? Do you be good like that shit? And that's what like wine is. I don't know a lot about wine. Like, and I used to work at a restaurant like that served wine, and like they had these little like they get a little training course or whatever.
Yep.
And, and like they take all the notes and this that and
What
the other.
did they call it? A sommelier.
A sommelier or whatever. I mean, like, but like, I didn't get to that level of, whatever. But like, they were teaching, and like one of the dudes that was there, old black dude, and
There's
he had
always
been in the-
one.
Yeah, he had been in the military. He'd done like he had traveled, done all this other shit or
Been
whatever.
everywhere.
There's one every job.
Yeah, and we sitting in the back smoking and shit. And he's like, man, you know what I learned from all this? It's all bullshit. He's like, I've been serving wine for 20 years, man. I could tell you all about the fucking the vineyard that it came from, the elements that's in the earth, like, you know what I
Right.
mean, the notes that you're supposed to have. And it's all bullshit. Yeah, like he's like they just want to hear that shit. He was like, and if you do go around, he listen, it is, and then like, and they did. They took these. I mean, like they did these studies or whatever where they like blind tasted like like shit, and motherfuckers was doing all this like, it tastes it comes from the region of and all this other wild shit. It was fucking Franzia, bro. You know what I mean?
That's like that episode of box.
That's the box
Yeah,
shit.
the box shit. It's the
Box shit gets you right.
You know what I mean?
The box shit gets you right. First
Yeah.
of all,
The box
if
shit
you-
definitely gets
if
you
you
right.
live with a
Yeah.
woman, you need to have. It's called black box.
The
It's that
black
black
box.
box.
Yeah, my
Get you
friend
some
put
black
one
box
on the
wine.
black box. Yeah,
Black
You
box
need to
shit.
have
there's a
that.
lot of wine in
Yeah.
that. It looks
It's a
like a little
3
ass
liter.
box.
It's
And that
3
shit's
liters.
Yeah, it's
good.
3 liters.
That shit is good, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it is, yeah.
And your wifey will love it, man. Whoever your significant other is, make sure they got some black box on deck. They tripping. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They mad at you or something, just right in the fridge. You can get them a big ass goblet and just
Yep.
slide it to her. Like, I love it, baby.
Right.
I went out and got
All
that
is well, right?
We cool. We good.
Oh,
We
man.
good. So, I want to ask. I'm trying to figure out how to ask this. So, you are a very well-rounded, well-versed individual, and I wonder why in the barber field you don't see more of that, because you guys meet like everyone. Like you meet your clientele, regardless of what shop you're in. There's going to be there's going to be diversity either in profession,
Yep.
upbringing, all that. Like my barber, he a hood dude, but he like learning shit all the time because he's meeting all these people,
Yeah.
and you seem to have applied that to your life.
I am who I am because of the barbershop, period. And the people that I have met over these years, not just in my barbershop, but the shops that I was working at prior. I mean, I've been working in barbershops since I was 15. Of course, I didn't have no license back then.
Yeah.
But, you know, we were renegades, and there's still a lot
We
of
all
renegades.
ride dirty.
Yeah, we
I
ride
mean,
a little
till we
dirty.
can- yeah,
We ride
I
a little
mean,
dirty.
Until we could get legit.
Don't nobody ask for that license.
Yeah,
when
nah,
they get-
nah, 'cause
Right.
Are you open?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, listen, I've been there for 20 years. The state board didn't come into my shop for 17 years.
Damn.
For the first 17 years I was open, they never fucking came in.
Wow. Yeah, no, I mean,
Never came in.
I'm sure my college barber ain't had no goddamn license.
Oh, he
yeah,
didn't have no license.
Oh no,
He ain't had no motherfucking license.
P. Remember P?
I don't
What's
even.
P?
Yeah, P. I don't know.
Oh,
he had-
Pierre?
Yeah, he ain't had no
So
license.
P ain't had no license.
don't
He was
even-
working for me.
I don't even know if my barber had a.
P got
visa.
one now.
Yeah, he down in ATL
He
now.
Yeah, P good now, but he definitely ain't had no license back
Yeah,
then.
no.
no.
Shit, I opened my own shop and didn't have a license.
Yeah, true. Like my.
I cut in my own barbershop without a license for the first few years. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to have a license
Statute
to
of
own a
limitations
shop.
up. The statute of limitations up on that.
Nah, it doesn't matter. They,
Yeah,
what they
you
gonna
can't
do?
catch me. Yeah,
they can't. I don't know.
Tax
It ain't.
you on
It ain't,
them
it ain't.
cuts.
It ain't like hustling. I don't think. At least I don't think.
No, I don't think
We
they
heard
like-
you were practicing with a license back in the
In
day.
those 3 years, you've done 732 shape ups.
We need that. They don't give a shit. Especially the IRS. As long as they get theirs, they don't give a
Right.
shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Man.
that's when they're gonna start knocking on the door. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I mean that's crazy. I mean, like you say, because that is such a culture, man. Like coming up in that, and like even like it's crazy, like the impact that the barbershop has on black men. Because
Indeed.
like I talk to my white friends or whatever, he's like, I just go in, I ask for a 2 on the sides and a 3 on the top, and I'm out of there. And I'm
If
like,
you go in asking for numbers, you must
Like-
be looking at that photo. on the
like what is that?
They don't understand. Like, you know, when Cedric said that in the movie, he said it's like the black man's country club. He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Like, we come in there and we talk about everything.
Yeah.
You know, it was we have a lot of white customers that come in the shop, but they're still amazed at times at the fucking conversations that we're having. Like, literally, we was in there talking about how I don't believe the fucking man ever landed on the moon. This white dude was just in there, he couldn't believe we were even having this fucking conversation. They talk about these types of things in the
Hell yeah, we
barbershop.
talk about every
Listen,
motherfucking thing.
yeah.
And listen, if single moms, you need to find an uncle to send your kids to the barbershop. Stop coming sitting in the fucking shop, fucking up our conversation.
Fucking right, man. But you know what? I made a rule about that. Like, I don't care. Like, you ladies can come and sit and relax and ear hustle all you want. But I just had the brothers make sure that it is a clean version of whatever we're
Yeah,
talking about. But we
yeah.
don't stop the conversation.
Yeah.
It keeps going.
Yeah.
We just keep it clean and
Yeah, you gotta have
respectful.
some respect for even for the ladies and children.
And there's time
got to.
because I have to. Like, my barbershop is a hair salon and a barbershop. It's
yes,
one in
yeah,
Oakland. It's a
yeah,
barbershop
yeah.
on one side and a salon on the other. And when we want to talk greasy, I close the door. A whole nother can.
Blizzard of hot.
A whole nother.
Yeah.
Is there such thing as a cuvee 3, like a menage a trois?
Oh shit! The menage
Shit.
triple.
That's crazy.
We can get this
that might
thing
be
smacking. I don't, you know, my life is crazy. I don't get out the house much, so shit, pour this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it up. Let it out loud. No, I will say, and I've never thanked you for that. You know, natural choice in Oakland. When you say it's the black man's country club, I will say for Pitt students,
Yeah.
it has never been more true. Like, that's where I met most of my black friends.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
you don't know what majors they're going to be in. You don't know where this, because I didn't stay in Towers, which is where most of the freshmen stayed. I stayed in Lothrop. So
Okay.
there were
Well, you were
limited.
right down the street from
Yeah,
it.
there were few freshmen that stayed there, but that was the black barbershop that was close. So
Yep.
somehow we found, I don't know if he was throwing flyers out on campus, but everybody knew that was the barbershop to
Yeah.
go to, and you needed to look. If your schedule wasn't right on Friday, you might miss the cut because they're gonna close.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like, you can't be in there all day because it was at that time it was Ran and Breeze,
Breeze,
and then the
yeah.
light skin ball. So like, natural choice was instrumental. We found out what parties was going on that night.
Yep.
You got your haircut. You found the black students. Like, I think it's very important.
When did you get to Pitt?
I got to Pitt in fall of 04.
04. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, and it
Yep.
was I mean, it was instrumental, man. Like, at that point, and I don't know what that black culture would be without a natural choice there.
I mean,
I accept that. I appreciate that. I take that. I hold that on and hold it dear.
I mean, like, so I mean, like, but like, it's a hub of like so much, like because we didn't have, I went to IUP, we didn't have like a lot of black people there. We didn't have a black barber shop, so it was just whatever student was nice with the clippers. You know what I mean?
honestly thought so many times I was going to go up, and I went up to Indiana like 4 times and looked at spaces to open up a shop.
That
it
would have been you would have because I was up there the whole time. Like I went the first time. I went to one of the white salons. And she was like, like we did the, like, she was like, I was like, yo, can you give me a fade? And she was like, oh yeah, cool. So then she like was like, so like that, and I was like, yeah, we're done here. Like you're asking
First of all,
me at like
this
like,
is over.
I like we're I
This
was
is
like,
over.
all right, I'm gonna go, and I had to find like something. I mean, I found some dude to kind of like take that, but it took me a little while to find somebody who was
did a
actually
test
nice
stroke.
with it. Yeah, test stroke was like like that low. Do you want it that low? And I was like, yeah, we're done here. What the fuck you do? Like, yeah, I mean, so like, I just wore a hat for it, and then like I found somebody to like kind of like make it, I mean, like palatable, but like it took me a little while to find like somebody who was like nice, you know what I mean? And then that nice dude is always booked, so you got to book that motherfucker in advance.
Way
or
in
whatever.
advance.
And like I said,
As
that's why I
soon
said,
as
I don't
you
even
get out
know.
the chair.
It's, I mean, and like I didn't even like, that's what I said, I don't even know if he had a visa because he was from like Nigeria or whatever. So I mean, like, you know, and but
I know.
your haircut weekly was in question. You didn't know if it was going to happen or not.
Yeah, and like, but the thing was that like he knew where I can get weed from. He knew where the party was at.
The barber knows it all.
He knew it all. It was a hub of like when I sat down with him, it was not just a haircut. It was a whole conversation about like I was like I came.
It was
I
a
came
consultation.
Out, I came out fresh, knowing where I can get my weed, where I can get my party, where I can get my bitches.
Oh, they
all
set
in
the
this
whole.
damn
We
They
were the
set
first-
the whole Friday.
listen,
yeah, true.
The barbershop was the first hood Google, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
Proof. That's it.
Period.
Yeah.
The first hood Google. Like, you come to us for everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
You wanted to find out, like you said, the weed, the party, the broads, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your voting station where you
Yeah,
poll.
Yeah, we know it all. We know
where you should stay away from because
Right.
folks got the beef over here, so
Yep.
you know what that's probably not the
Yep.
spot. That, like, I mean, it's like a guide. It's the hood guide.
Yeah,
Like,
Yep. I mean, I've seen so much change over the 21 years in Oakland, though. It's just, when I got there in 97, the culture of now in 97 is just like complete night
I hear
and day,
stories
man.
of that. I hear stories of that where even like on Pitt's campus, there were even like gang wars back in the day.
Oh my God! Listen,
yo,
we were
back
literally
the O?
just talking this back. The O, first and foremost, Oakland had a nickname moniker, right? It was called Smokeland. Because you can go down there and get your ass smoked.
that's how we
Literally.
knew. That's how we knew we would hang out at the O, and that's how we knew the more part of the night was over because the gunshots.
Gunshots.
Because everybody would come
Shit.
down stunting. You know what I mean? With
'Cause
their
how
whips
old
and
are
like
you?
I'm 36.
Oh, so you like right at the cusp.
Yeah, like I was there when like Laga was still there and all that or whatever, and like we would
See,
go
I-
down there to hang out, and it was still like everybody was coming out stunting and shit. With
I was the
their whips.
Thursday night DJ at Laga.
Yeah, was he? Okay.
See, I missed that. I missed Lock.
Yeah.
Because it was the one. It was like the first club we went to that you could smoke in the back. There was always a little like they didn't want you to smoke in there, but there was always
that on
smelling like weed.
Forbes?
It was like right on
right where
Forbes.
that grocery store is now?
It's where the IGA is on the
see,
top
I
floor.
think
of
it
that.
closed. That might have closed early 04 or 03 because when I got there, they weren't. That wasn't.
Yo, I seen so many people get tossed down steps, rumbles that happened outside. I mean,
people
like,
get
listen,
smoked. When the last time,
Literally
motherfucker got smoked.
let me paint a picture for you, right? 1997, when I first got to Oakland, right? If you went down to the O at like, say, 2 a.m, there was no less than 1,300 motherfuckers outside.
Yeah, that's what
God,
I'm saying.
period.
Yeah.
And everybody
And
used
that
to hang
one
out
cop
on
car
the
on
wall.
the corner by Senate
Everybody used,
Square?
yep, exactly.
One fucking cop car. Like you need more people. Right. You need backup.
Because the police station used to be right there in the corner.
Yeah.
And there was always one cop
was-
corner right there, right?
okay, I didn't know the
Listen,
station was there.
so fucking everybody used to hang across from the O at the wall, right there where that bus stop is.
Yeah.
That was the wall.
Yep.
So, and
got
everybody
a
would be
couple
over there to
phone
be
numbers
like,
there.
hanging out, talking to broads, freestyle ciphers,
got
all
it.
types
Yeah.
of shit. It was mad, like crazy hip hop shit going on. And at the same time, across the street, the O was over there. People were hanging in front of the O. It was like 1,300 motherfuckers out
Yeah,
at
the
any
whole
time.
Forbes, that whole strip used to be packed. You could just walk from O all the way down to that random ass gas station at the end there with the what is that? All the way
the other way, so you're going towards downtown.
near McGee because there was what was that?
Near the hotel
was
by
it,
the Wyndham. the gas station by the Wyndham.
Where's that? There's a laundromat. There are Arby's.
Oh,
there was that club down there.
That used to be what was the fucking club?
I forget the.
Before it was that. Yes,
it was
a club.
It was mad packed. It was like the tiniest club in the fucking like they was always getting shut down because they was over capacity because you would be in that bitch tight to the motherfucker.
I'm gonna take it back.
It was like
was
like
it
it was
smaller
a
than
diesel or
Ginza's?
some shit or
It was bigger than that. It was
bigger than Ginza's.
It was bigger, way bigger than
Yeah.
Ginza's.
Ginza's was tight.
Yeah.
It was official nightclub. It was
Yeah.
It's like there was the laundromat, but it was packed. But even before it was that club, there was a nightclub called Forbes Studio back in the 80s and early 90s.
oh shit, I ain't yeah.
And that shit was
Back
smack.
Yeah.
memory lanes.
So you got to remember, I'm 43, so even Forbes it predates me. But I snuck in a couple times.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta do it.
Yeah.
Rite of passage, baby.
Yeah,
that was,
right.
yeah,
Fashion.
that was the one of the few places, like I said before, when we was teenagers, we were able to at least hang out on the street. And then they had the under 18 spots, so then we got into the under 18 spots. And then like I left, I went to college. Then when I came back, like it was a completely different campus.
Were you around when the Auto Palace was still Club Graffiti?
Nah,
You know what the Auto Palace is? The Porsche dealership?
Up on Baum?
That used to be a nightclub called Graffiti.
really?
Shit.
What? Nesby used to have fucking legendary parties in there, man.
Oh, Nesby. Good old
Fucking
Nesby.
legendary
Good old-
parties in
good
there,
old
man.
black engineers before they get paid.
Yo, legendary party. That was the first. I saw my first concert in there. Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul, 1993, at the fucking Auto Palace, which is now the Auto Palace now, but it was called Graffiti.
I do like this conversation. Like, so you can speak to Pittsburgh, the hip hop scene,
Oh, yeah.
the nightlife,
Absolutely.
the culture.
Let's go. Let's
because
go.
I know when I first got here, and I see it turning a bit now. But even still, there's this stigma or this fog of, oh, Pittsburgh is lame. But when I talk to people, inhabitants of the city or people from here, like, y'all got a history where motherfuckers used to come through. Like,
Not only do-
Tribe Called Quest right on Baum.
We also had Whammo. We had a real Whammo.
We had
Like,
a
I mean,
not the Whammo. I mean, I ain't gonna hate on Whammo now, but at the same
Shout
time,
out
it's
to Paige. She good people.
Shout out to Paige.
Right.
She ain't Whammo. She's
Right.
Paige. Shout out to Paige. But
But like you're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Like I could speak to those older times, and Pittsburgh was definitely. I mean, we had a scene. And I don't want to take anything away from right now because I feel like there was a law in this town's history where the scene was just kind of whack. But like for me right now, I mean, personally, just from an older person looking at what's going on and seeing it and being involved and knowing a lot of these young cats out here doing shit. I mean, there's a renaissance happening in this town that is of epic proportions, and you guys are kind of like part of the forefront of the shit for all intents and purposes. Like that's absolute facts. You know what I'm saying? Absolute facts. Let me pop your collar one more time. Listen. I've been to a lot of shit. I've done and DJ'd. I've been a lot of places and been at a lot of events. I've been at like 90 Howard homecomings and shit and did the whole Black College homecoming circuit, partied hard, Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, DC, everything, right? Miami, all that shit. Fucking Fresh Fest last year was one of the best days of my life, man.
Oh, thank you.
Period.
That's crazy. You don't put us up there with Howard Homecoming?
One of the best days of my life. I haven't felt that good in a long fucking time. You know what I mean? That was a great fucking, to the point where like when 10 o'clock came, I drove my ass straight home. I was like, I'm not fucking up.
You done? Wasn't you done? There was
I'm
no
not
after
fucking up
nothing.
I'm not fucking up nothing to that.
There's no after nothing.
Like if I did
we were
anything after
good.
this, it might ruin the day. I went straight home. I was like, yo.
I was surprised that people even stayed that long because it was supposed to be over at 9 and then it ended up people just didn't want to leave.
Nobody
because
wanted
it was,
to leave.
and it was crazy. It's crazy hearing that because like with us, like we don't get to experience it the same way as everybody else does because we're like working doing this or whatever.
I don't know if you all heard when I said it. I didn't say it was one of the best events I've ever been. I said it was one of the best days of my entire life.
Wow.
I mean,
period.
that's impactful. Right
I mean,
there.
but you helped that. I mean, you had your
Oh, well, you
collaboration.
facilitated that,
You
though.
started
I appreciate
started
that.
off like that vibe, man. Like when it was crazy. I was out doing some shit, and like I knew it had opened up or whatever. But then like I came in. And when I saw I saw the people and I heard the music and the fucking everybody was just, you over there mixing and shit. I was like, yo, this is dope as fuck. Like I didn't even expect. I didn't even know. Like I didn't really know what to expect. Like, you know what I mean? But like seeing it, like I was like, oh, this is wild as fuck.
It was so unique, and I think the reason why I think the reason you can say what you say though is it's something that the city's never seen.
Never.
The city's never seen that. And it is crazy to think that we facilitate like something that the city's never seen.
Wait, not the city, but the nation. Like flat out, there's never been a Black Bear Fest in this country, and it happened here.
I don't think it's happened in the world, to be honest.
And it happened here.
Yeah,
and that's what made me so proud, and most everyone else too. It was just perfect, man. It was the perfect fucking day.
But it was, I think, and me and Ed were talking about it at the end of the night or whatever when we to Boom Concepts or whatever, in Genesis Mag. But it was a community driven event. Everybody there like had a vested interest in it. Yeah, I mean, like everybody there like wanted it. It didn't succeed because we did anything in particular. It like
we all
it was,
wanted it to.
Exactly. Everybody was there that wanted. There were so many people that wanted to see because they had like they were a part of it. They weren't just hired to do a thing. They put something of themselves into that, and that's why everybody had. And everybody there, I felt, and that's what like we were hoping. Like I mean, because that was like a coming together of so many different entities and so many like all like with me and Ed in this podcast and like the people that we've come to know and like throughout all those years or whatever, and bringing all those people together in a way that they didn't just feel like, oh, we're going to a Drinking Partners event. They all had something. They were like, yo, I'm going to like, this is my event. I'm going to shine today. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
man.
And it worked out that way.
And I mean, he was yearning for that shit.
Tough was like, Nate, he said, OG, I just sold a painting. Me and Camel just put this together. And we sold it. I said, for real? He said, I just came here just to paint. He's like, we just sold this shit.
That's the type of story that you know your event was popping when you got a random come up. When somebody got a random come up.
It was
somebody got a random come up story like, yo, bro, like,
you have no idea. If somebody could like do like an interview of like certain individuals that were there that day, there were so many random come ups. You have no idea. You have no idea.
It's crazy because I talked to a lot of the vendors that were there, a lot of the people, you know what I mean, and like a lot of them sold out, and a lot of them were like, look, man, we made hella connections there. It was a good time, and it was good for the business. And that's what's crazy because a lot of times as vendors, you go to various events and you're hoping like maybe, you know what I mean, you never know what it is. Yep. But again, I think it was because it was such a community driven event that the people that were there to support the people. So whatever you were doing, you know what I mean, like they were like, yeah, let's.
It could have rained hard and motherfuckers wouldn't have left,
bruh.
Oh, somebody would have showed up with mad umbrellas. Like, you know what? I got mad umbrellas. Like it was just that type of vibe. Like we was just on that type of time. Like somebody had a trunk full of umbrellas. Like damn, I just got a shipment.
Y'all ran out of glasses, right? Niggas start going to like Family Dollar.
Bro, we ran out of glasses. And then we went to the restaurant Depot, got some like it was crazy because I didn't even know this was happening at the time. So like,
I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about outside niggas.
No. Well, yeah, they might have. But I know we ran out of glasses.
Yeah,
so
I was over in that Giant Eagle a couple times.
Yeah, like motherfuckers was going and grabbed it. They had to grab the regular glasses and shit. Like so then like. You know, and throughout the day, I kept seeing people with like somebody had like a motherfucking a whiskey rocker, and I was like, "Bro, did you bring this in yourself?" They was like, "No, they handed this to me at the front." I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, so then when the restaurant closed, like the restaurant, the Depot place closed or whatever, then we had to get Dixie cups and shit. So it was like, and we kept having to drop the money and be like, "Listen, all right, so it was $45, so now it's $35. It was $35, now it's $25." Like, yeah, I mean, every time we gave them a worse glass, and it was like I said, it was such a wild event to see all the folks. You know, like
I had to give mine away. Like I had to, my mother-in-law came. Her and her husband, you know what I'm saying? They were about to pay at the door. And they were like, we don't have any more glasses. You can just come in.
That is awesome.
And I was like, I had my glass and I had 2 glasses. And I was like, look, let them pay. Let me get their, you know what I'm saying? So they can get theirs in. You know what I mean? Because I want them to experience the shit.
Yeah, and I mean, and then it was crazy. We had this old black family come in. They came in sharp to the motherfucker. They was all had the matching polos and shit. They had blue and white polos, older you know what I mean? And you know, and like they came and they was like, oh, we you know, we came here early or whatever. Like we you know, for the festival, we were like, oh, well, this is the VIP portion of it. You know what I mean? Like your tickets are the regular session. We were like, but like you drove all the way up here, you fine looking black people.
Get your ass in here.
You go in there and you have the fucking time of your life, right? Yeah. So I'm over there like, you know, I'm going through, I'm
this
running
is before
around.
the podcast and everything?
This is during this is before the podcast. This is the VIP session, right? So they're in there with it because like they were like, hey, let's get some pictures or whatever. You know what I mean, we've been trying to get in contact with you, and I was like, you ain't been trying to get in contact with me. Like I don't know what you do, but like yeah, let's get these pictures or whatever. You know what I mean, like so then it's like halfway through the festival or whatever, and one of my friends comes in, he goes, man, that fucking rum, bruh. Delicious, and I was like,
which one?
I was like, what do you mean? I was like, you mean
Rams?
You mean Rams in Paris?
They were passing.
And he was like, nah. I
was
was like, that's whiskey. And he was like, nah, man, this is some rum. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, they're right over here.
What was the black company over in the corner?
It was that was the company.
That was
or
what?
were you talking
No.
about,
Rams and Paris was up on the court, but the one that was over there in the corner, like if you come out and it's over there to the left, that was the black family that came up from Georgia. They went to Mike and was like, look, we own a rum company. And we got a trunk full of liquor.
Yeah, we just came through.
Can we set up shop? And Mike was like, we'll find you a table and set them the fuck up. And drove all the way up to Georgia from Georgia.
Amazing.
That shit was fucking amazing.
Shit was amazing.
It had a line. They came up.
I took 5 people over there, man.
They were in the fucking cutty, and they had a line around
because they were all the way in the corner.
All the way in the corner. They had a line. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? And I had it, and it was delicious. It was delicious.
I was scared. People was telling me about it, but I was scared because like we had been working so hard, and I'm pumping and running and grabbing shit. I'm like, I don't want to drink no hard liquor.
Yeah.
He kept saying like, you had the rum. I'm like, chill, bro.
As much as you all moving around, as much as you guys were moving around that day, y'all could have drunk a gallon of fucking rum, and nothing would have phased you.
Nah, it hit me about 10:27. It hit 10:27.
I didn't even. I
realized that this was a festival.
I only had like I had the beer on the podcast, but then after that, I only had 4 of these little like at that because it was so
I
much.
Had 20.
Yeah,
20.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody was drinking because I was like every I was just oh hey da 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 da, and I'm running or whatever, and then every once in a while somebody would be like, yo, they would stop me and hand like, yeah, you gonna drink this shit? I'm like, all right, let me just pictures, all right, gotta go. Yeah, I mean that's why like it's such a weird hearing that like what that experience was for other people because it was a different thing.
The genius of it all was the partnerships with the businesses. That was the genius. And when you had basically brand ambassadors all over the place pumping your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling everybody, come on, I got a brew coming down. I got a natural choice. We got our own brew. You know what I'm saying? I done partnered with the brew down. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
And that's
man.
that's the thing is that like I mean with this industry we wanted to introduce my thing is if I'm your only black friend I'm gonna introduce you to more black friends. All right, 1, 2. This industry is making hell a lot of money putting these rap references on they can, but no black people were made in the production or like any of that. No black people were paid for this rap reference on this can. So it's like, all right, we don't want to just cultivate you some customers or cultivate you some run tell that's. We want somebody to be invested. We want you. If you're gonna make it, we want you to make an investment in.
Please tell me that's not an actual beer.
No, but like just a bunch of like people running out and like talking about your shit. We want you to make an investment into the community so that like Nate the Barber, when he pairs with this, he is like people are going and drinking his beer and like he is gonna get some sort of promotion, some sort of something. Out of the partnership, as opposed to just like let's slap something on a label.
I got the name of your next beer too.
What is it?
Boosie Fade.
Got him. Yo, Boosie Fade. Yo, I take that. I accept that.
But like, I mean, when you actually give some sort of like real ownership, some sort like a real collaboration of things, then there's that pride in the project. You know what I mean? That comes in, and then that's what like because when me and Ed had a collaboration, we were telling everyone like, "Yo, you believe we got a motherfucking beer?"
Oh, when that yak, we can do that. And you do feel proud to invest a little piece of your like when we did the yak beer. Like you know, I love that yak. It was on that. I was talking yak for Shannon Sharp. Now, what was doing? If you go back to early DP episodes,
you go to episode 1.
Go to episode 1. I was
talking that yak.
It was full. It was the number one.
Look here, man. Slow this shit down,
the
man.
Number
I'm about
one
to spill this yak
episode-
on my $200 suit.
Truth. The number 1 episode was yak and full pint, and we had for our 100th episode, we had a full pint yak
full
beer.
Circle.
Wow.
So it came full circle type. So, but like when we had that like and we wanted. I've always been like on some when I get a job, I'm trying to hook motherfuckers up. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like DS was saying, like, you know what I mean, when he's on the podcast, he said, you know, when that door opens, you kick that bitch in and you hold it open, you get as many motherfuckers in as you can before it closes.
Before
you know
it closes.
It's that same shit. It's like, you know, like that same sense of pride.
Right.
Like,
He's absolutely, you're right.
Share that sense of pride so that, you know what I mean? Like, yo, did you know you could do this shit?
And that's what this was. This whole shit, when y'all did this shit, was a nigga had his foot in the door and was like, yo, I'm not moving my foot until everybody get in. And that's what it was,
Did you know you could do this shit, bro? And like for me, that the few moments that I saw were just the pride and like just seeing it like come like in the moments leading up to it, the posts that people were posting like, yo, I got my beer, bro, like over here on deck. Listen, like Dr. Hollywood and she got ice cream.
Yo, ice cream
her shit was good. Her shit was good.
That was a hit.
That was a huge hit. She was right next to me.
Yeah,
her shit was fire.
That ice cream Moscato and then that fucking the world is ours, that can with honey.
Honey, the can.
Yeah. That can was real.
Listen, and people was going because she was off in the tuck a little bit too.
Corner.
Like she was on the corner over there. I think she was facing.
She was right next
Marita.
to all the food and all that. Yeah, right across from Marita.
Motherfuckers was finding her.
I can't even tell you like what it did for everybody else, but for me, like motherfuckers already think that I'm some sort of fucking Bob Marley mystical figure and shit when it comes to business and shit. But when I told niggas I had a beer, they said, what?
Ain't nobody else came to the hood and said that.
Yeah, that ain't
nobody from the hood said that. Like, no, I got
that shit right there took me. It created a whole folklore of like, put me in a whole fucking new fucking bracket.
He's an urban legend now.
He leveled up. We leveled
tell you
up.
to tell a Nate the Barber.
This
motherfucker came through with a beer.
And we were, you know, if we had got early enough, like we were fucking around and like gonna have everything canned with the logo and everything on it, but we got to, you know, I was like the last partner.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because you know, Mike will tell you my life crazy. I was the last person, one of the last people to meet with a brewery.
Yeah, well, but that was also such a crazy thing because brewers kept hitting us up.
Yeah, a lot of collaborations came on later.
Yeah, like the last month we added another like
because it started out on like 25 or something like that.
It was honestly it was only going to be like max 20. Like it was like we were hoping to get 15 to 20. Like and then
ended up being like
just kept,
40 something. Right?
Yeah, it was like ended up I think at the end of it was 35 total. Wow. What it was, you know what I mean? Like, and then that last month we added 10. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So like a lot of those collaborate. It was so crazy. Like brewers were hitting us up like, yo, we want to be on. We're like, do you even have time to brew a beer?
Like, no, we already started.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the logistics.
They were so quick with it. Like when, you know what I'm saying? When I went over to Cinderlands, like, yo, they had, I mean, I was able to create the beer myself, and they had that shit lined up and ready within 2 weeks' time, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, now that like I have a better understanding, like brewing or whatever. And, like, process, I didn't realize that you could turn a beer over that quickly. You know what I mean? Like, like when it happened, I was like, oh shit! I was seeing like I said, I was seeing all these meetings and shit, and like all these people posting, and I'm like, shouldn't they have been brewing already? Like I started to get worried and shit, but like it was crazy. I was so worried about all these different connections and but it all happened. Like it was like. Okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like I said, I think it was like I said, it was me seeing like the pride on people's faces like throughout the festival. That was for me my only like real like memory that stuck out was just every time I went past the booth, somebody was like smiling, being like, yo, like you know what I mean? Like they were like, and that's what they were standing there like, this is my shit.
Another thing I told Mike maybe 2 days later, because I had to give myself a fucking like 48-hour period just to digest what I just fucking experienced and shit. But I told Mike a couple days later, I said, listen, you know, another thing that came out of this shit, you motherfuckers could literally start your own PR firm. The way he told me that y'all did this shit and y'all didn't hire a PR firm for this shit and that shit rolled out and ended up with national fucking press. Like I was like, yo, I want y'all to do my shit from here on out. Like whatever I do with the Natural Choice, DJ Nate the Barber, parties, all that shit. Y'all my new PR firm, man.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Drinking Partners PR firm with, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I mean, that's what Drinking Partners, we got a little one-sheeter. Motherfuckers don't understand. Like, we be telling them, like, if you got an event, if you got a product, if you got anything,
promote it.
Holla at us, holla at Epicast. Like, I mean, like that.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that dream team, man. Like between the, you know, because I mean, we've met so many connections with Drinking Partners and like with Epicast and like the whole nine is that like it's just a community of people that like they want to support. And I mean, it was crazy. Like it started out with the locals. And then it got like somebody. It's amazing how many writers that are local in Pittsburgh that write for national
publications, right?
And I didn't know that. I thought everybody
some
lived
of which
in New
weren't
York.
even there.
Yeah, like I didn't even know. Like I thought everybody was in New York and Cali and DC and shit. So then like motherfuckers was hitting me up like, yeah, I want to do an article. B Mock hit me. I was like, yo, I want to do an article, whatever. And he's like writing for Atlantic and shit. I was like, oh well. I mean, you want to do this remotely, whatever? He's like, no, I'll meet you down. You know what I mean, at the place. I was like, wait, you live in Pittsburgh, bro?
Yeah, he can do this shit from here.
Remotely,
he can do this shit
I
at the barbershop.
Exactly. So I didn't even realize that until now. You know what I mean, so like it was advantageous. It helped us out quite a bit, especially in that last 2 weeks. And then again, like I said, I mean, I think a large part of it was the community. There were so many people talking about it that like people were like, oh shit. Like it wasn't so much that we were like, yo, this is like we sent out press releases and shit, like I mean, but it wasn't until the community of people started saying like, and they had a vested interest. Then somebody was like, yo, my friend writes this order. Yo, my friend, like that's what I got so many messages. Yo, my friend from so and so heard about this. Wants to, I mean, because the community, and that's why it was a success, because community wanted that to happen. If the community didn't want it to happen, it had just been another fucking beer festival, and it might have not even been a part 2 to that shit.
Yeah, I apologize too. Yeah, I feel like I hijacked your podcast with this shit because I came here to talk about the beer fest because that shit. How I said that has to be part of my conversation in this because I wanted to make sure I paid homage to you all for what you all did for that shit. That was one of the
people
greatest
know,
shits,
but
man.
you didn't hijack. I mean, and people know who you are. Like you set the whole festival up.
Yeah.
Like without that VIP session, that festival, I think there are two like very outside of the collaborations. I think the two largest factors were one, the VIP session, and two, the fact that it was an outdoor event. Yeah. Pittsburghers get so motherfucking excited when you can do some shit outdoors, and then for us to be able to do it in that space because there are no other black events at that space. So like bong bong, yeah,
bong bong.
And the thing is, I think that people really understood that it was history, and like they were there. They were like everybody that was there understood that they were at the first black beer festival
ever
in
the world,
and they were, and they like it was a sense of
shit we've ever done.
Yeah, it was such a sense of pride, and like you said, like that VIP. It was a different VIP. I've been in VIPs. I paid the for the ridiculous bottles and did all this other shit. But this was a different. We've been to beer festivals,
right? Yeah.
But I don't think that there's been a beer festival that had a VIP, because VIP and beer festivals typically means you're walking early. You walk in like a little earlier, like an hour earlier, and what. But this was like real life. Like we capped the tickets at $150.
It's a vibe.
Same thing this year. It's only $150 or whatever, so that you really feel like it's a VIP and like. Like I said, man, with Rue Orleans over there catering, you had good black food cracking, and then you had like DJ over there, like just like, and it was such a smooth, like I said, man.
Me and Mike talked maybe 5 minutes before I started spinning. I was like, so where are we going with this? He said, man, go wherever you want to go. With big eyes, he said, go wherever you want to go. He said, let the wind take you. I said, fucking right, let's go.
I've never had a friend say something so profound.
He said, go wherever you want to go.
That'll motivate the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
And what should I do? And go wherever the wind takes you.
Listen, and I was like, and somebody, I started spinning. I played maybe 3 or 4 songs, and I had caught somebody real quick. And he was like my friend, and he brought me over like a can of something that I'd never heard of before, and he poured me a glass. He was like, "Let's start you off with that," and he just kept bringing me back shit.
Yeah,
and that's why when I remember specifically, I caught you. You came in, I was playing some Outkast, and you lost it.
Oh man, I heard Outkast at the Black Belt. I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." I ain't never been to a beer festival and heard Outkast, bro. Never.
Yeah, no,
not one.
It's just a totally different vibe,
bro.
So
you set that shit.
How do you just because now with Fresh Fest, I mean, I think we're going to be able to duplicate and expand upon, right? And obviously we need that same type of vibe. Now, how do you take that vibe, capture that vibe from Fresh Fest and sprinkle that throughout the city throughout the year? Yeah, I mean, because the city, I think sometimes when we look at nightlife here, it don't have a vibe like that.
I mean, some people complain about the vibe, but it just depends on where you go. Like right now, So
let's look at Nate's suggestions for
what I've been doing is I have been drinking from the fountain of youth. And what I mean by that is I've just been.
You'll see his hairline on these pictures. So yeah, I mean,
he got all the products.
Yeah.
He got all the Cantu in his shit. I know about that Cantu.
I say that not the way I look, obviously, But I say that in terms of as a DJ, I never wanted to become stale or stagnant. As a barber, I never wanted to become stale or stagnant. So I keep the youth around me.
You got to grow.
Period.
And yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hate old, like, oh, it ain't like it used to be old type.
Nope.
Like, you'd be like.
You will. But listen, when I first started cutting hair up at Pratt's Barbershop on Lincoln Avenue back in 1991, all the barbers up there, you know, I'm in there, I'm bringing in mixtapes with DOS effects and everything on it and shit. It's all the new shit. Bump, stickity, bump. I'm right. They're like, what the hell is this shit? I'm like, oh man, this the new shit. They're like, man, this shit ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing better than Parliament Funkadelic, man. And they sit there and talk this shit, Parliament Funkadelic, right? And then 15 years later, right? I caught myself almost being that same person. And I was like, I literally looked at myself in the mirror and I slapped the shit out of myself like, you will not be that person. You will find out what's hot and you will keep going and you will adapt. It's not like you're forgetting, you know, like I don't get me wrong. Like my playlist still has mad old school shit on there, but there's a lot of new shit on purpose. Like I'm a DJ. Yeah. I don't want to be the DJ who gets caught up in this. I don't want to be the barber who can't, you know, do the hair designs from what's going on. So I study and I do everything I can.
Like you're a real
abreast.
professional in, I mean, like, because every professional should always be learning and adapting with the world, or else you become stagnant, man.
You got to
like,
keep going.
Whether it's conventions or you're Googling or you're YouTubing, however you're getting your knowledge, however you're learning, you should constantly, like, I don't have a degree, but I got a degree in Google. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a degree.
Like, truth.
That's a
like,
degree.
I mean, and there's no such thing as I don't know. I'll figure it out.
And
like,
we really, with the internet, we have no excuse. Like,
none.
I mean, like me, like, you know, my life is crazy. Like, you know, to be in the interest of all this full disclosure, my wife is sick right now. So like we've been like, my wife is battling ALS. I've been at the house like taking care of her, making sure that she's on her best vibe. Right. Yeah. So with that said, like I don't get out as much as I used to, but when I do get out, I make it count. Yeah. And I try to figure out what's going on and what's hot. And then I still go out and I hit the internet and I say, what's cracking? I call my little cousins, like, what's cracking? My daughter's 23 years, my oldest daughter's 23. I talk to her all the time and she tells me, Pops, this is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, I try to stay abreast that way. Yeah. You know, stay in tune with because you don't have any choice. Like, and locally now, like I have favorites. Like I mess with a lot of the young DJs out there, the Aries, the Ari Coles and the Slims and all those dudes. I like all this young energy. My man RB throwing events over at Spirit, killing it right now. Forrest, you know what I'm saying? Forrest, exactly. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate, and they all look at me like as the old head, old OG. You know what I mean?
That's a crazy thing. Moving the OG the transition from that. I mean, it's like, weird, man.
And I be trying not to.
Yeah.
You know
that's what a true OG typically doesn't want that title, because they know that it comes with a lot of responsibility. Yeah, I mean, like people looking to you. Well, like the old, because like I mean, you don't want to impart the wrong knowledge. You don't want to seem like you know. It's like, because I'm just trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, so. You know, like, but you have seen so much that like it would be a disservice if you didn't impart that, like, just what you've seen, and I think that if you impart what you've seen on a basis of this is what I've seen, not this is the authority and this is the only way, that this is my journey, then like I mean it's such a boon to the community.
It is, and I think that my success overall has come from the fact that I have seen so much, but I ain't seen shit at the same time.
Well, you haven't seen shit.
I know I ain't seen shit, man. Like, yo, when you know, when I've left the country and I've been to places and like I haven't seen shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen shit.
I think where OGs go wrong is where they try to exert that authority as opposed to being like, look, I want to see you win. This is how I've won. You know what I mean? And these are the lessons that are applicable regardless of climate. These are applicable because, like, even with my fraternity, like, you get moved. So in the fraternity, you get moved into OG status quickly. Like, you get moved in like, you 24, I'm an alpha. So you 24, you an OG, fam. Because because these young boys are still in college. You 2 years removed. You might be in a grad program or something, but you're not an undergrad.
So my big homie, who's my big homie, who's an alpha, who's like 45. He's like triple, quadruple.
He's
He's doing stuff like putting together balls and shit. Like like they're putting together fucking banquets and shit. Like they're sponsoring highways. Like he's in that level of OG. You know what I'm saying? But what'll happen is the best 45-year-old OGs will come back and they have that youthful exuberance. Like they still got that spirit. And you know, sometimes they get into the anecdotes. I get into some anecdotes about what I used to do. You know what I mean? But if a young boy come talk to me about what he's doing on camp, look, this is what I did.
Right.
This how it moved. This how I moved. I know shit's a little different, but the psychology of it is such, and you apply that. You know what I mean? As opposed to like trying to stop trying to make these young boys reproduce what you did.
Nah,
you know
because it's a new day.
Like, everything.
Like I don't want it the same. Nothing regurgitated. Like I want to experience new things because what happened is what happened.
Yeah.
And you can't have what happened again.
Focus on the past. Your ass to be a has what.
Oh my
you know
God.
What I mean? And that's
You know
what
what
I found myself being in that same shit. Like, oh, this fucking mumble rap shit. But these kids ain't said his
I hate the fact that Flex even said that shit, man. I hate the
why
fact
is
that
this motherfucker famous? Why is
Flex?
Yes, I don't like
Flex
him
has
at all.
some
Wait, no,
dope-ass
Flex is
mixtapes
famous
in the-
because
in the
wait,
90s,
facts. Flex is famous because he put the work in to get there. Like Flex has been around for a long fucking
them
time.
Flex mixtapes were.
Don't get me wrong, he's a hater.
Lifeblood.
He's
He's
a
a
hater.
lame to me.
He's a hater, but
He's a
Flex
stone
out.
he's
cold
earned it.
lame.
He's earned
Flex
it.
put
his
together
work
some shit
ethic
back
fine.
in the
His-
day,
his
man.
work
Like,
ethic.
I don't. I see. I don't.
All
I
right,
see, I
whatever.
don't.
You gotta be. He's been around since Red Alert and all the Red
He's a
accounts.
stone cold lame.
I've never listened.
Stone
I've never
cold.
listened to Flex's like radio show or whatever. I only know Flex from the mixtape.
Right.
And mixtape Flex was fire back in the night. Like when I was in
No,
high
no,
school,
the artist-
when,
He was
killer.
yeah,
No,
when
the
I was in high
artist-
school, like
he
we
was
waited
killer.
for Flex to drop because he
The
had
artists
bangers.
on Flex's mixtape were fire.
Yeah, well, I mean, but the same thing with any like DJ Khaled, like yeah, I mean, like I don't know how much whatever. But
So
like,
who's your
he'll-
DJ? Who's the
Who's
dude? that-
my DJ?
Yeah, from back in the day, if that's the
From
case.
back in the day. Clue mixtapes used to be nice.
Clue used to
Clues is,
pop.
but Clue's not the best party DJ though.
I never went
He's
to a
not?
Funk Flex party.
I've been to all of them. I've
never
been to
been
the
to a
tunnel.
Funk Flex party.
I've been around.
Yeah.
So I done been funk flex. I mean, the best party DJ, the best party I ever been to was fucking Biz.
Word?
Yeah.
Biz Marquis was one of the best
He
parties.
seems like he's fucking entertaining as hell.
It was between when we did our 20-year anniversary for the Natural Choice. It was between him and Kid Capri. Biz was booked, and I got Kid. But that was not a regret because Kid Capri destroyed. He shook
Kid, yeah.
his whole thing.
Down
he
at
likes to
August
shake
Wilson.
the building. Right. He said he shook
And we
the
was,
building.
I was
Yeah,
mad
Kid
as shit
Capri
because
was a
we had a show
motherfucker,
at
man.
Arcade and I was just looking at motherfuckers going
That's right.
in.
Because I told you that
I was
day.
watching niggas going there.
Kid
I
Capri.
tell you,
Yo, he
fucking
shook
go.
the
Yeah.
building that night.
Yeah,
man.
that's crazy.
And I'm Kid is a different kind of DJ specifically because he's not like a Flex. Like Kid, he embraces the youth call. He's 50 plus.
Yeah.
But he plays the young shit better than, a Khaled or any of these DJ, any of these younger dudes would play it right now.
Yeah.
He
I'm
kills
not
it.
impressed with Khaled either. I've been to because
I'm not
Khaled-
impressed.
I never
with
been to
Khaled.
one of his parties.
I'm not. I don't.
Well,
really
see, I
like
don't know
Khaled.
Khaled parties. I think Khaled puts together. He orchestrates a nice.
His
He
last
facilitates a
couple-
nice.
You gotta
album.
judge people about how they spin. Period.
So yeah, I saw him
Yeah,
spin.
that's what
I
I
saw him spin, but it was at a concert, so I don't know. Maybe that's not his vibe.
that's different.
That was
Like,
So
I'm talking
not
about a
going-
nightclub. Where you gotta see how a cat spin when he's out.
See, I
You
don't know
what
if
I'm
I
saying?
have
So
a
is-
DJ then. Now
So
that I
is
think about it,
DJ like is because my favorite DJ of all time is DJ Manny Fresh.
Manny
I don't know
Fresh?
if he's a DJ or if that he just calls himself
he's
a DJ.
he's a producer.
He's a producer.
He had a
but he's
sound.
DJ Manny Fresh.
But I
You
tell
listen
you
to
what,
the sounds of DJ Manny.
I tell you what,
He's more of a, he's more of a producer.
He's a
He's
producer,
more producer.
but he doesn't. Okay, because
But like cats that DJ that produce that are out there that are actually good DJs. Jermaine Dupri, hell of a DJ. You know what I'm saying?
He's a musical genius.
Yeah,
Kid
Jermaine-
Capri, crazy DJ. Fucking Funk Flex, amazing DJ. You know what I'm saying? Hater, but a great DJ.
And I think that's where this new culture fucks it up for me because I see too much of him.
Yeah, I don't
Just
know
spin
anything
records,
about him.
fam.
I just know that he dropped some
Just
fire shit.
spin
Same
records,
thing with the
fam.
Clues and the Capris. Who's the West Coast one that was with
Mustard.
Not a Mustard on the beat, but the older cat with Tony and them
What, Battle Cat?
light skinned, slim, long hair. Who's West
You're not about to say DJ Quick.
DJ Quick. Yeah,
See, DJ Quick, he's a DJ as well.
Yeah.
But he's more of a producer and a
more
rapper.
producer. Yeah, all right. So
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know the difference between what they call themselves a DJ and if they actually
When
DJ.
cats- when-
Like,
nah, when
because I
cats-
thought like what happened was with that, like, because from my understanding of the DJ, I mean, you correct me because I'm sure I'm gonna get fucked up. But a DJ originally was the dude that would take these records of music,
You're absolutely
and
right.
then mix them so
You're
that you could
absolutely
rap
right.
up and you know what I mean. So then what ended up happening, the progression of a DJ was somebody that would take music or whatever, mix it up or whatever, and then like a producer was more or less kind of in that same vein of
You're absolutely
making
right.
music for the rapper to kind of rap over or whatever, on top of the capacity of like hosting. And I
Somewhere
think
the
with
lines
these,
got skewed.
they got blurred
Because
so-
even when Run DMC came out, you know what I'm saying? Run, his name is DJ Run.
okay,
A lot of
Is
people
he
don't
DJ
know.
Run?
He's DJ Run.
Shit.
He's DJ Run. He was Curtis Blow's DJ, but at that point he was he was called the son of Curtis Blow. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me started, man,
Yeah.
on this hip hop shit.
Yeah,
Like, I
he
go
was
back.
cool with that. He was cool with just taking on that moniker, son of Curtis
He was
Blow.
that was the name
mean-
that Curtis Blow gave him.
Okay with
Like,
that.
because Russell Simmons
I
was
mean, I
Curtis
guess-
Blow's.
You're not gonna call
Russell
him
Simmons was
son.
Curtis Blow's manager. Run was Russell's
my
little
father.
brother. He came out. He needed a DJ. He said, "I'm gonna put my little brother. He's been spinning. We'll call him the son of Curtis Blow." You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
shit. I like if Curtis Blow is gonna put his name on me, I ain't gonna shrug
Right,
it off.
because you got to
like
remember,
shit.
Curtis
I'ma
Blow was the
pause
hottest
that.
dude in the
Yeah.
game at that
I'm
point.
gonna pause that, but so I got a little bit of bravado. It's hard. You're not my father, though. You know what I'm saying? You're not my father. You ain't my
But because
father.
he,
But I know my father.
But because,
But I know my father.
because he,
But I know my
but
father.
because-
I got my father.
because he was able to swallow that pride. Now he's
Now
Rev
look at
Run.
him. Now he's Reverend
I'm a
Run.
pause
because he
that
was
too.
able to like,
But
you
what
know
I'm
what I mean?
saying is-
I mean, there you're right. Because everybody, you gotta, because not nowadays everybody come out. The
I
young
said it
dudes
was-
come
I
out
said
and
it
I'm
was
a boss.
bravado.
But what,
How you a boss?
You
ain't never worked for nobody.
I said it was bravado, but I also know my father. and
Not
as
everybody is a
man,
boss.
My son's not gonna be the son of nobody but Ed Bailey. III.
I can dig
Everybody
it.
is
Ain't nobody's
Lil
son.
though.
But that's your ego.
That's my guy. No, that's my guy. I took him
that's that.
for his first haircut. I bought them first Jordans.
Right.
I ironed his G. That's my
so
dude.
he's not going to be the son of Jay Z.
He's not gonna be the son of Jay Z. He could be jocking Jay Z.
But wait. But you gotta understand too. That was just an error.
JB.
You would never
Nah,
have the son of anybody anymore.
It's all right.
Because these kids is too
But
arrogant.
everything is
I'm from the new
Lil
era.
though.
I'm a little boss. I'm a
it's,
boss.
It's little Yachty. It's little this. It's such a weird. So it's like that pride is completely gone because like now
I
you
agree
got
with that.
I mean now you got the
Now
littles.
we
Now
sound
you
like
got
old niggas.
the
Just-
androgynous.
We moving to the old nigga portion of the podcast.
Yes.
How did that
But
happen?
no, but it happened because it's always been a part. Prince was a fucking Prince was getting bitches. The 80s was an androgynous period for black motherfuckers. I mean, they don't like
Facts.
the 70s and the
Prince was doing
80s.
some
Every
was a-
fucking 80s band, these motherfuckers dressed like broads.
Yeah, and that was a thing, and it was even
Period.
like I said, Prince was fucking bitches.
'Cause
You know
that's
what I
the
mean?
first
Michael
time
was like
men
I
were-
don't know if Michael was fucking bitches, but it was a lot of niggas
He should've.
dressed like Michael that was fucking bitches. Like the 80s was a
fucked a
time
couple
we
bitches.
forget. I mean, I don't know, but he
You
might
don't
have
think there was
might
at
have
least
been
like
fucking monkey.
you don't
I don't
think
know
there
what
was
it
one
but-
calendar year where Mike just went ham?
I don't know if
Oh,
he wanted to go.
no,
if he
no.
went ham,
Mike
I don't know if it
was
was
fucking
one women, but
Mike was fucking bitches. Not only was he fucking bitches too, keep in mind too, Michael Jackson, he was a different kind of pop star. This
yeah,
motherfucker-
he is yeah.
Like, listen, I remember one time I thought I saw a motherfucker look like him. I legit almost passed out. And that's listen. There's an interview
Your
right now with
glucose-
average.
Your glucose went low.
My glucose level dropped. There's an interview, right? There's an interview on the internet. I don't know if it's Vlad TV or something. There's an interview right now with Allen Iverson talking about how much of a Michael Jackson fan he was, and he almost passed out the first time he met him.
Yeah, I mean, he
Like it was,
a,
wonder who
it was
that
a
is for
different
me.
time, man.
I wonder who that
he
is
was
for me.
he was
Like
like
Michael
God
Jackson was
status
that
at
dude
point.
for
Yeah.
me. Like if I see him now,
wonder
of
who
course
that
I see
is
him
for
now.
me.
I'm a pass out. 'Cause the
If
motherfucker
you see him
dead.
now, you already passed out.
I done,
No, it's crazy.
I done passed away.
But that's crazy to think about because I don't know who that is for me. I do know that my god sister was a huge Michael Jackson fan. Like you couldn't say nothing negative about Michael. She was willing to fight you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that I've identified that celebrity for me yet.
They
I'm not
don't
saying there
exist
is
these
no-
days.
Well, I
So,
don't know
yeah, he was
because
a-
I might walk into a room and then it
Because you see
happens
Jay Z
then.
and be like, okay.
Jay-Z, no. I will say this, and I'm gonna pause this before I say it. It might be LeBron.
LeBron?
Because I saw LeBron's come up. I witnessed it. I was in this. LeBron dunked on me when I was young. Like LeBron is.
Oh, you played against him.
Yeah, they
got you.
scrimmaged us.
He got you?
Listen, we don't
Oh,
talk.
damn,
I was
he got
short.
you?
I was short.
Oh,
Man.
damn. Damn.
Just let this go, man.
Oh, damn.
Don't
Did you get banged though about the
Come on, man.
Is you on one of those highlight reels?
Yo, the
Come on.
podcast just took a sharp left.
Yeah, What you not gonna do is sit up here and act like you can block LeBron's shot.
Nigga, I ain't talking about I can hoop either though.
But it was crazy because my godmother's boyfriend took me to see him play. Right, he was like, "Yo, this is young bull. He nice."
You from Ohio?
I'm from Cleveland.
Oh wow!
So, but he's he's only a year older than me, and I'm going to go see him play. And then fast forward maybe 18 months, it happened, and that's cool.
I didn't know you were from Cleveland.
Yeah, man. See town to the fullest.
I had some of the best nights of my life in Cleveland in the flats.
Can you what?
What? The Mirage? What?
The Mirage. They used to do radio as the Mirage on the water. Like that's what they used to like the Mirage.
See, you ain't get in. You didn't get in.
No.
You too young.
I was too young. They used to throw niggas off the Mirage into the water. Wow. That's why the Mirage.
The
no
Mirage.
Yeah.
Look, I was just literally talking to one of my customers about the last time I was in the Mirage. He was in there. I seen him knock this motherfucker out.
Yeah.
Over some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
There's always some bullshit in the club.
Pittsburgh used to be so deep in the Mirage. We used to be like, but we was half the club at the Mirage. It was like
I mean, my
boy, Pittsburgh getaway.
My boy used to talk about like going to Cleveland. He was like, "Yo, man, Cleveland's where it's at, man." Like, I mean, because they do have a black middle class. They do have like,
they
have a Spanish culture. I mean, like a Latinx culture or whatever.
And that's right over on the west side, which is near downtown. You go to Lorraine Avenue, you can get you some
boricuas. You could get the grown and sexy and like.
Listen, Lorraine. I mean, Cleveland's got a special place for me. Like, these past, I haven't been up there in probably about a year and a half, but my man, he throws a party up there once a month called Sanctuary First Saturdays, or Final Saturdays. I think it's the last Saturday of the month. But they do it at the place called the Touch Supper Club on Lorraine. And, man, it is one of the best nights that you will ever go to, period.
I'll tell you, I'll give you another one, and we need to do this. Gumbo, Coventry. Dope.
Yeah. Well,
no, it don't even have to happen on Coventry. They changed the club at which they do it. It's Gumbo. Basically, they try to bring in as many different cultures, any type of people, type of music, and just do it for a night.
Love it.
And they call it Gumbo. That shit is.
I kind of like for a while, Ava was and Shadow was like that.
It's almost like it's like an Ava.
Like
but imagine if Ava
was
like publicized like this night Ava is happening. You won't get it any other night.
Yeah.
It does it like that. Oh, we about to wrap it up. So you got to still break the deal.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up real quick.
Yeah, we got second cast we gotta do, and we've been drinking.
Yeah, I know we've been going.
But just quickly, like, because what is in the years that you've been working in? What is your favorite club that you've seen thus far?
Good question.
My personal favorite is Tequila Willie's. That motherfucking
is that was the $1 well drinks.
It was the one on the.
Or was that Margarita
Mamas? That was every club on the strip had $1 well drinks at some point. But it was right on the river. It had that big ass parking lot, and it had 3 different clubs. It was like there was one, and then it was like one upstairs.
So prior to it becoming Tequila Willie's, before that, Tequila Willie's wasn't there. But before that, it was a nightclub across the hall from it called Donzi's.
Donzi's, I heard all the old heads went to Donzi's. Was that the same building?
It was the same building. I never got a chance to spin at Donzi's. It was Donzi's, was crazy, and then that was on Sunday nights. It was crazy. Yeah. And then Thursday nights used to be this club called Chauncey's over in
Chauncey. I heard, Chauncey's. I heard,
where was Chauncey's?
Chauncey's was okay. There's I don't know if it's something cowboy or some shit over there in Station Square.
Okay, so you know what? I'm thinking
the Buckhead Saloon or whatever.
Saloon. That was Chauncey's.
That was Chauncey's.
I'm thinking Chauncey Hill District, and niggas just told me to stop going over there.
Yeah, no, it was Chauncey. I heard the old. I never was in it, but Chauncey's. But was it like a 30 and over or something?
No, it was not.
It was just a regular club.
It was a regular club, and that was Thursday nights.
Yeah,
Thursday nights at Chauncey's used to go down, and I never got an opportunity to spin at either of these spots.
Was that in like the 90s, like late
90s?
Yeah.
This is the mid to late 90s.
Yeah, I was about to say, because that's when
because I turned 21 in 95.
Okay.
So this is like around 95, 96. And by that time, I'm at the end and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Those might be two of the best years in American history, 95, 96.
Oh, my goodness.
I think
I would have a lot of shit happened in 95,
good
96. A lot of good music, sports, a lot of, Man,
you turned 21. Like, that's crazy.
That's crazy. You told me back. I remember hearing about it on Whammo all the time, like every week.
Where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Braddock.
Oh, you grew up in Braddock?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, Woody Howe and whatnot. So, like, it was, but I would just hear it on the radio all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I never actually got it. Like, by the time I got old enough, like, they weren't, like, Donzi.
That's what happened to me in the Mirage.
Yeah, I mean,
by the time I got old enough, the Mirage, they had shut it down.
Just shut it down.
Motherfuckers from Pittsburgh coming to the Mirage.
Oh, man, we used to tear that motherfucker apart.
The Mirage on the water.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me here.
We
man.
appreciate you coming through, man. Like, this is the first time I think on the cast. This is another first. You know, you spun at the first Black Brew Festival, but like, this is the first time I think we went down memory lane of just the nightlife of Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
like,
And
and
we
really
ain't-
highlighted.
We ain't even touched the fucking.
Nah,
This
But we
podcast,
gonna have to have you.
I need 3 hours.
You know, we
Yeah,
gonna have to have you back on, man. Like,
Yeah,
that's,
like, because
Bring
you
me
done
back.
brought a whole bunch more information than I thought you was going to. You know, normally what happens is, like, we'll have someone on and they bring more beer than we expected to bring. Like, damn, fam. Like, this nigga brought a whole lot of information. He brought a whole lot of information. Like, damn,
Yeah.
but...
I've been waiting on this shit.
no, yeah,
Trying
we
to
I know we tried
Well, that's
to
the
put together
Barber,
a couple
man.
times.
We should have expected it. I wasn't fully like you being the hub of Black
And
like culture or whatever.
I
mean, for
invite
so
you
many
all
years.
to do a podcast at the shop anytime you fucking
Oh,
want.
without
Yes,
question,
sir.
we'll do
Any
that.
fucking
Yes,
time.
We could
sir.
do that. We could do that. Yeah, shake me up because I got to keep these waves spinning. So let the people know where they can find you.
So, Natural Choice Barbershop in Oakland. That's 111 Myron Avenue, 109-111 Myron Avenue, right in Oakland. Also, 621 North Dallas Avenue in Homewood as well. I'm online, Natural Choice on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram, Natural Choice PGH. You can find DJ Nate the Barber at DJ Nate the Barber. That's DJ Nate DA Barber. That's on Instagram and on fucking what you call it, Twitter.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much pretty much me. I'm there. That's where you can find me.
He out here. Dave,
I'm
let
out
the
here,
people know
man.
where they can find us.
Hey, we are the Drinking Partners, and if you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play, and Spotify under Drinking Partners. You can find us on iTunes, IG, Facebook,
It's the first
and
one
Twitter.
of the year, y'all. I struggled through that. I struggled through that
192.
intro. I struggled
Oh, I
through the
know.
intro.
It's the first
And
of
I
the
know
year,
he was
man.
sitting there watching me like, bro, you struggling. But look, man, we want to
Sounded
thank
good to me.
We want to thank DJ Nate the Barber for
Yes,
coming through,
yes,
man.
yes, man.
He created a new vibe.
set
After
off-
the vibe he created, it's always a vibe when
Set
he's
off the
around.
festival. You set off this year.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. Look out for Fresh Fest, August 10th, 2019. We doing it again. Fresh Fest. Fuck with us. We are Drinking Partners. Drinking Partners is cool. Epicast is the family. Restaurant, you see, you had to break the seal right upstairs and make that hard right. Yeah, because we got to do it. Yeah, it happens. Because when you had it, the thing about these little things, though, they so small that you just keep going and going and going. And then you be like, shit, I had Yeah, that went well.